bendy, the tree, the downward dog, the upward dog, all that stuff is cool, but that's really like 1/8 of yoga. What yoga actually means is union, okay? And so the purpose of yoga, right, is to become one, is to become whole. Well, how I first started doing yoga was there was a friend of mine I went to Morehouse with, and this was after I graduated and I was working at Morehouse. And we were over at my house one day, smoking a blunt, just talking. And he pretty much was like, "Hey man, you know what's the shit?" And I said, "What?" He's like, "Yoga, my nigga." And I was like, "All right, well, yeah, fuck with it. What's up?" He's like, "They got a free class Tuesdays, Thursdays at Morehouse at 12. I think they still might have that class." So I was like, "All right, well shit, I'll check it out." You know what I mean? I work there, you know what I'm saying? I'll just go check it out. And the first time I went to class, you know, I mean, I loved it. I was hooked. I was, at the time, somebody was very cerebral. I spent a lot of time in my head. And so the class was about an hour long. Just an hour of being in the body fully and being in the breath fully, like really breathing deeply, was so relaxing and just kind of different and new to my everyday waking reality that I've just kind of, I craved it. It was like a break from the incessant chatter of the mind. So I just kept going back, you know. I just tried to do it as much as possible. The more I did it, the better I felt. So, you know, that was really like my first exposure to yoga. And that was probably around like 2002, 2000. About 2007, I was dating a young lady, and she was a occupational therapist, so she worked in a hospital. And she was interested, occupational therapists are people that like rehab stroke patients, heart attack patients, people that lose kind of like their function of their nervous system or lose the ability to walk, talk, speak, motor skills, things for a while. They help them rehab and kind of like relearn how to walk, talk, all that stuff. Okay. She got interested in, she decided to become trained to be a yoga teacher. And it was specifically just to be able to help people rehab how they're going to walk through yoga. Okay. So she signed up for this course at Kashi Atlanta, which is a yoga ashram, which we'll get into all that, in Atlanta. So throughout the 6 months of this course that she was doing it, she became a drastically different person in a very good way. She became a lot more open, a lot more communicative, a lot more loving, a lot more just genuine and real. And so it sparked my curiosity, because it was like, okay, you didn't go to it for this. And at the time, I was the one that was always interested in like self-transformation. But something that you're doing is just drastically transforming you into a better person. It's almost like it was healing her, and she was growing in ways, like blossoming in a lot of ways. So I became curious. The reason I really got into yoga is I was looking to change the person I was, right? I was looking to grow in a way. I was looking to evolve, okay? So I didn't go into it the second go around for like to become more flexible, to become stronger. I didn't go into it to lose weight, right? I went into it to like grow as a man, okay? So my journey into it is a little bit different, because I went into it as into like a spiritual discipline and a psychological practice more so than the physical postures, okay? That is actually what yoga was designed and intended for. When you're talking about like my reaction or going into class or how people react to when I do it, well, first of all, like I've always marched to the beat of my own drummer. So anyone that's ever known me is just like, all right, the nigga's doing yoga now. Shit, whatever. Fuck, it's better than some of the other shit he was doing. You know? And class is not really an issue. Like when I go into class, how do people react? Because, I mean, people who do yoga, a lot of yoga anyway, just pretty much accepting. It's kind of like showing up to AA in a way.